what does that mean? If they're not interested in this person, though.
It could actually, it might not even have to be anything that is, it could just be curiosity. Because anything to do with the sexuality of things is exploration, right? Understanding another person intimately. So it doesn't have to be in that form of intimacy, but it can be another way. So I would recommend just starting a conversation with them and trying to get to know them, because clearly there's a part of you that is curious about them, even though you're not interested in them in that way.
That's nice. It's very interesting. Jam Nesreen blog is asking, I have a recurring dream of me in a car accident on a flyover. I still don't drive until this day because of it.
Ooh.
So specific on the flyover pa.
Yeah. That's interesting. I need to ask her several questions. Well, first off, also in the car accident, what was the ending? Did she pass away, or? These are the things. These are the things, because if there is the topic of death inside that dream, that means that there's a great change that is happening. And since she's scared of driving and everything, that clearly the emotion that she's experiencing in this dream is fear. So it's fear of a great change. With flyover, it's going over something. So it's skipping something. There's a massive change that is skipping something that is underneath, that is supposed to be dealt with. I need to ask you more questions. Can you please message me on my Instagram?
if you'd like for Lucia to expand more when it comes to these interpretations, feel free to reach out to her on social media. We'll share with you guys.
We have so many.
It's gonna be such a long conversation, but hey, she's here to help. Okay.
But yeah, also with the translational dreams, it has to be a dialogue, because there are so many different aspects of, like, okay, what color was the car?
Yeah.
You know, like, was it a cold? Was it, was the aircon on? Was there music playing? Like, there's so many different things that have to be included.
Man, yeah, it really is all about the little details as well,
Yeah.
like the specific color of things or the outcome. So, Kumu Pals, if you have more dreams that you'd like to share with us, please do send those in, okay? We want to know, since you guys are here in live right now, we get to hear all of the gritty details, right? Okay, we have our next question. From Laura Lynn SNTSC. What does it mean po when people are watching you pooing or peeing?
Oh, okay. Well,
I have never had that dream.
It means that those people that are watching you are freaky as hell.
well, no, it's vulnerability. So you feel yourself in a very vulnerable situation.
Okay.
That's why my dog looks at me whenever he poos. It's like, is this okay, Mom?
Yes, it's because they are in a vulnerable spot, and they're counting on you to make sure that they're safe while they're vulnerable.
Nice.
Speaking of like pooing, sometimes like I have dreams where I'm like, what is poop? And like,
You ask yourself in the dream?
Huh?
Like you're asking yourself?
No, I see poop in the dream, or like someone poop, or sometimes I'm holding the poop.
Okay. So it's either...
What does poop mean?
It's again, there's the duality of it. It's either waste or fertilizer.
Yeah.
Right? It's either trying to hold on to something that you should already let go of because it's a waste, or you're trying to rebirth something with it again because it is fertilizer, it is the best ground to create something new.
But I remember my Lola telling me that it's money.
I love how the teeth is people dying. Itchy hands.
Love it. Okay. It's very interesting. At Zedric0406 is asking, what if you keep dreaming about a person whom you haven't met before?
I love those. It's kind of, I like it because it adds to that whole soulmate aspect.
What?
Yeah, I like those because, that's the way that your mind would always play with it and everything. But here's the thing, if you're dreaming about a person that you haven't met before, you have met them. That's the only way that your dream can actually put them in there. Right?
But what if, like, from my experience, for example, like, I had a dream, right? I dreamt about this girl, and then I was walking around, I was walking at the mall, and then I see this person, I was like, I saw her before, and I was trying to, I forgot who I was with at that time, but I remember telling that person, I was like, I saw her. She was in my dream last night.
So like almost like a deja vu experience. Yeah. So there are many different interpretations of deja vu, and I actually am not sure if deja vu even really qualifies for like the dream side, but it is something that I have been very interested in as well. And there are many different theories for it. It is your mind remembering something that it just happened. So it's just your brain catching up, which is the more like boring aspect of
Yeah.
it. The way that I like to see it is that it's checkpoints, like in video games. So when you are experiencing this deja vu moment, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. And just having that idea is just a lot more comforting.
Yeah. Actually.
What, dude? Yeah, actually, that's kind of a very different take on deja vu in general. I dig it though. I feel like if you could relive that one moment, maybe it really is supposed to be you in that moment.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. Kristen52 is asking, I once dreamt that I rescued and nursed an animal back to health just for them to die anyway.
So that is a dream that is about trying to stop change. So as I said before, death is about change, great change, and trying to prevent it. And so what I would actually recommend, whatever it is, that huge change that is happening in your life that you're trying to prevent, maybe it's time to just let go and just let it happen. And maybe it'll be sad, or maybe it'll be, destabilizing and everything like that, but you have no idea what the future holds. This could be the starting point for something even greater. So, yeah.
Okay, we have a couple more from Kumu at Patricia. Ooh, nice name. She's asking, what does it mean when you can hear but can't see someone who has passed? And he states it's his or hers uncle.
Ooh, okay, so this is already like touching. Okay, this is going to touch into like a little astral, like occulty side. Be careful, first off, because many things can mimic. A lot of things can't copy the voices of people that we trust in order to gain our trust. But also, what was your relationship with your uncle? Was your...
That scared me.
No, sorry.
I dream about my Lola sometimes, but I can't hear her too.
Yeah. So, what do you call it? I would just say be very cautious at the same time. What is the voice telling you? Is it giving things? You yourself have a good head on your shoulders, Patricia, so you should be able to decipher and be able to tell from the wording if it truly is your uncle or if it isn't.
Man. Okay, I want to throw one of my dreams onto the table for us to discuss. So I had this one dream over someone from my past, right, that used to be so close to me, but we had a falling out, and it was really, really bad and ugly. But a lot of time has passed already, and I'm in a really good place. So it's funny that this dream only came to me when I was finally in a good place. And in this dream, I was fist fighting with this person, and like, from what I understood from the dream, she started it. So she was the one who threw the first punch, and I was like, you know, that word here, sige na nga. If you want to do this, let's rumble. I was like, sige. And then basically it's me beating her up and yelling at her like all of the things that I've told to her before, but she didn't want to listen. It's like, but ang tigas ng ulo mo. It's like, why don't you just admit that you messed up? And at the end of it, I beat her into a pulp. Felt pretty good about that, but at the same time, I felt pity. Because, and get this, I don't feel anything for this person anymore. But in my dream, I felt pity because this person hasn't grown. What does this mean?
I think that's actually your mind just processing that. Clearly, that was a time in your life that was very rough, and you just needed to put a pin in it and work on yourself and put yourself in a better place. And it's always when we are in better places that our mind's like, okay, now that you're good, let's undo that. Let's undo that. Let's process that. And I'm not sure, what do you call it, whether you'll want to, it depends. Is it recurring?
It's happened like twice.
Okay.
And it always ends up with me beating the person into a pulp and me winning.
Okay, I would say, well, I like to work in threes. So if it happens a third time, maybe it's time to open up a dialogue with them. But at the same time, do not expect much change. Do not expect much change.
One more.
No. Honestly,
you're gonna dream about it tonight.
Feeling ko, when it comes to dreams like this, right? If it happens the third time, maybe it should be open for dialogue. But sometimes you have to ask yourself this question: is that person worth reestablishing
especially
a relationship
since you were
with?
feeling pity? But I feel like, what do you call it? it's the third time with opening up that dialogue, I think that's when you will actually have that different perspective because you're in a better place. You've already dreamt about the situation twice.
Yeah.
So when it happens the third time and then you actually do decide to have that dialogue, then you'll be looking at them like, my gosh, why did you affect me so much when I was younger? And that'll give you that closure of finally just, I don't need to think about you anymore. Not in my waking life nor in my dreaming life.
Yes. That spoke to me, honestly. Like, it depends on the place that you are in life talaga eh, for you to have these dreams. Man, I'm so moved by this. Do we have more responses from Kumu? We're good now? One last one? Okay. At Lux. Oh, wow. Such a familiar name. Who is this Lux? You know, you sound like somebody we work with.
Oh, right.
We're friends with, you know, we consider us
He's trying to get that free session.
So he asked, how does deja vu play into dreams or reality?
That's a parallel universe, okay?
Yeah. Well, okay. This
I'm going beyond the dreams.
He's gonna, how does deja vu play into dreams and reality? There was a time in my life where I was lucid dreaming quite frequently, and they were quite vivid, and it became a problem for me because, of course, I was really tired, and that made my waking life mind a lot weaker and all that, and so a lot of my dreams started blending in with my reality, and I was no longer sure if a dream was a memory or not. And it's in these situations where you can already describe some of those scenarios as deja vu, because it's, oh, didn't this happen before? No, that was a dream. Now it's happening in reality. And it just becomes it becomes quite a mess. And that's also why I don't recommend trying to lucid dream on your own without a proper guide and everything. But so how does deja vu, I'm not exactly sure actually, because since there's, reality is a mess. Dreams, they're still trying to figure out, and deja vu has so many different interpretations. So that's you getting 3 different things, and they're like, oh, how do they correlate with each other? I'll tell you how. None of them make sense. Reality doesn't make sense, dreams don't make sense, and deja vu doesn't make sense. But if you experience deja vu in your dreams, wow, I have never tackled that.
No.
How do you experience deja vu in your dreams?
Like, if you go, I have dreamt this before?
That could be it.
That.
Yeah.
I've dreamt this before.
Okay.
I've seen this before.
I've dreamt this. Okay, so I've had a few like that. But it wasn't exactly the whole dream, because that would be a reoccurring dream. It would more so be with certain objects. So I'd be having a separate dream, originally from another one that I had, let's say, a month ago, and I would see the same binder, the same black binder and everything. And I feel like these are keys or tokens that, as much as possible, depending on what it is, well, since you're here, what is it?
It's like a fireball.
A fireball.
Yeah.
Is it a burning or is it warm?
Something like that. Feels warm.
Oh, is it comforting?
Not really.
No.
It's just warm.
Turn on the aircon. Electricity.
Okay. See, now we're breaking it all down. Like, it doesn't make sense, but we do our best to understand it. And that's the beauty of dreaming, okay? So what we can suggest to you all, if you're watching right now, or you will watch this later from the screen caps from your friends, dream and dream often, okay? Some may scare you, but if they don't scare you, then, how are you going to understand how you feel and deal with situations like this, okay? And if you have more questions, feel free to reach out to our dream guide, Lucia Fischer. How can we find you online?
Just on Instagram, hallucination. Which is spelled as Lucy, though, and a single L. It's very confusing, but it makes sense when you type it out.
She'll be easy to find, okay? So hallucination on social media. And hey, while you're there and you're on your following spree, feel free to follow Careless on all of our social media as well. Kieran Kumu, Careless PH, Careless PH on Instagram, all the other different apps that you can find Careless, so you can keep yourselves up to date.
And on Facebook too.
Yes, keep yourselves up to date with all of the promos that we got going on for the album, because this isn't our last one, okay?
Yep, we have more.
More episodes to come. It's going to be pretty exciting stuff. We dealt with acceptance and change and our dreams. What will we do next? I hope you guys are excited for that, okay? But until then, we can all have our dreams in the ways that we like it, whether it be wishing your favorite love team will get back together, or wishing that you have that nice car that someone else is driving, or beating up somebody that used to be in your life that isn't anymore. My name has been Debbie 10. Her name is Lucia Fischer, and this is Nadine Lustre. We bid you adieu. Goodbye, guys. Good night, everyone.